Hello, Repony. It's Fluttershy169 here, bringing to you Switched Flanks by Sheepdog136. In this story, after spending a year translating an ancient spell, the great and powerful Trixie hatched a plan to simultaneously make herself a hero and humiliate her rival, Twilight Sparkle. With Ponyville's first enemies at her side, Trixie is posed to wreak havoc for the main six. Can they overcome their switched flanks? Or will Trixie finally fulfill her fondest dreams of revenge? This is an adventure story, and I have yet to read any of it, so let's jump right in and hope for the best. The shadowy figure standing in a dark room lit by only a single dim, magic light is focusing immensely on a scroll unwrapped before herself. With the mage light causing her silver mane to glisten as she said manically to herself, Yes! Yes! The great and powerful Trixie has finally decoded the ridiculous archaic unicorn spell. Trixie has been slaving over this spell ever since that stuck-up pony Twilight Sparkle humiliated me in Ponyville. She became angry just thinking of the name. She will rue the day that she made a fool of me in that run-down town she calls home, Trixie continued. Now that I have this wonderfully powerful spell in my disposal, my plans will finally come into full effect. Now, Trixie, don't get ahead of yourself, she said to herself. You must decide on who must be switched with whom. That overconfident Rainbow Dash with that dim-witted Earth Pony Applejack? No, she'd use her strength against me. I need someone weak to switch her with. Someone, dare I say, elegant? Fluttershy, yes. Wait, no. Dash cannot be switched with another Pegasus. She's too gifted in flight. Oh, but of course, how has the great and powerful Trixie not think of this sooner? Trixie began to draw circles with various symbols inside of them, and she moved them across the room and began to draw another circle with a similar symbol and connected the two with an elaborate line. Now, who should Applejack be switched with? Yes, of course, Trixie is brilliant! The Azure Pony then continued to debate with herself about the necessities of the perfect switch until the 6 circles were completed with an elaborately drawn symbol inside the circles and connected with even more orientally drawn connectors. The transmutation circle is complete, shouted Trixie excitedly. But no time for rest, Trixie. I must figure out a way to get them in the proper spot on the circle. I wish I knew this stumbling block earlier. Trixie would have made them believe her to be her friends and then use that trust to capture them. Trixie then came to a realization. Of course, that's just it! Trixie then let out a hearty laugh. I can use that Sparkle's quest to learn about the magic of friendship against her. Now to the subject of matter of what to conjure up to help me enact my plan, Trixie said questioningly. An Ursa Major? No, too cliché. Besides, even the great and powerful Trixie has her limitations. It needs to be something that would be loyal to me, something that would be fierce against my enemies, but would trust me enough to allow me to defeat it in front of the rest of the residents of Ponyville, so that they would look up to me as their heroine and view Sparkle as a incompetent fool. Trixie thought for a long moment. Trixie is undecided, but that is not the most important matter. What matters is getting them here for the transmutation of their minds and body. Trixie continued to plan the extravagant plot late into the night and into the morning, not resting for a mere moment. Trixie let out a long and powerful yawn. Trixie is one magnificent pony, but even the great and powerful Trixie needs sleep. But first I must mail some letters. Trixie arrived at the mailbox to drop the letters in. Now that step 1 of my plan is complete, it's time for a much-needed nap. So how are your studies on archaic unicorn spells going, Twilight? Asked Spike, while he organized Twilight's various books and scrolls for the 3rd time this week. I'm about to make a breakthrough on understanding the language of the unicorn tribe Marzul. It's truly fascinating how powerful... Twilight was interrupted by the sound of her mailbox opening and closing. That's strange. The only mail I get is from Princess Celestia, and I get that from you, Spike. Twilight marked her page in her textbook in front of her, closed it, and walked out towards the door. The purple mare walked outside and retrieved the letter from inside her mailbox and brought it inside. The letter was elegantly addressed to Miss Twilight Sparkle. Twilight opened the letter, and it read, Dear Twilight, I would like to invite you to a dinner party. I believe it was almost a year ago since our paths last crossed. I have also invited your friends as well to the party because a party is nothing without a wonderful bunch. The party will be held on the 6th starting at 7 o'clock. It will be held at the stone building just north of Ponyville. You can't miss it. I'll even put a balloon in the yard so you can be sure. And please be on time. I am one busy mayor. Yours truly, an old friend. Twilight looked over the letter a second time. Who could this be from? Twilight thought to herself. Maybe I should ask every pony else about this letter. What's wrong, Twilight? Spike asked. You look puzzled. This letter is signed an old friend. Now, who could that be? An old friend, Spike said sarcastically. Oh, hush, Spike. I'm going to see the girls and ask them about this, said Twilight as she went out the door. Twilight stumbled upon the girls in a park with what looked like a ball in their heads. Hey, girls, what's up? Twilight asked quizzically. Dash swooped over her and said, Nothing much. We're just trying to figure out this weird, confusing game Pinkie came up with. Hey, it's not confusing at all, Pinkie said, hopping her way towards the two with Applejack, Rarity, and Fluttershy following. All you have to do is keep the wobbly-doo in the air while standing on one hoof and balancing another wobbly-doo on your head. Told you, Dash said into Twilight's ear. It's truly a ridiculous game, Rarity said. You guys are no fun, Pinkie said sadly. Well, anyway, I received this letter today, and I was wondering if you girls knew... I wanted to know if you girls received one too, Twilight asked. Why do you ask? Applejack asked. What's it about? Oh, it's just inviting us all to a dinner party on the 6th, Pinkie interrupted. Oh, a party? Whose is it? That's just the thing, Twilight continued. It's simply addressed an old friend. How mysterious, Fluttershy worriedly said. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about, dear. Besides, we'll get some free supper, Applejack reassuringly said. I don't know, Fluttershy nervously said. What if that pony wants to hurt us? Come on, Fluttershy, quit worrying. It's just an old friend of Twilight's offering free food, Dash said. I'll go, Twilight. Well, this letter said that you were all invited, and it also said that she sent you guys letters also, Twilight said. Does this letter say anything about the attire for the evening? Rarity asked. Twilight scanned the letter again. No, it does not. What a poor party planner, Rarity complained. How am I supposed to know what to wear? I'm sure it doesn't matter, Rarity, Twilight said. So, do you girls want to go? Dash, Rarity, Applejack, and Pinkie Pie agreed, and Fluttershy hesitantly agreed. Then it's decided. The letter says to be at the stone building just north of Ponyville at 7 o'clock. It also says not to be late. Even with her friends agreeing to go to the dinner party and believing that it's not strange that the letter is simply signed an old friend, Twilight could not stop wondering what lies ahead of her in the upcoming dinner party. One question kept repeating in her mind. Who could it be?